Hey friends, welcome back to another weekend bookish vlog. I'm actually getting ready to head out to go hang out with my girls, but before I head out, I wanted to kind of start the vlog because I've been reading and I've been finishing books, and I just wanted to let you guys know what I've been reading this week. So Monday I picked up 2 books. I picked up Rhythms Blues by Kimberly Brown, and I picked up Midnight by Sister Soldier. You guys already know I started this book in like one of my previous vlogs, and so far so good, but I am literally sticking the pin in it because it is very character driven, and because it is character driven and not really giving me a plot, I'm not really into it as much as I would want to be into it. His story is really good though. I am just in a mood for something to happen, and because this is a character driven novel, nothing's really gonna happen. We're just learning his life story and who he is as a person, because we were introduced to him in the Coldest Winter Ever. So he just has his own series so that we can pretty much know more about him, because he was a likable character. We loved Midnight and we really liked him. So for Sister Soldier to even give him his own series was pretty good. It's just, this is one that I'm just going to continue to pick up and read maybe while I'm doing cardio, but it's not going to be one that I'm like in a rush to read as of right now, unless I get to a part in the book that makes me continue flipping the pages. I don't really see myself like eating this book up. Like, it's good, but I'm not eating it up. I'm kind of just reading it because I started it. But Rhythms Blues, I also started on the same day that well, no, that's a lie. I started this one Monday, and it was very good because I actually finished it this morning. And so I'm going to give you guys the synopsis on this one. It says, being the girlfriend of a successful rapper isn't all it's cracked up to be. Rhythm Baker, a successful occupational therapist, held it down for Raheem, her boyfriend of 3 years, without much complaining. After moving across the country to support his career and their relationship, Rhythm has grown increasingly uncomfortable with Raheem's inappropriate behavior and his ego. Feeling disrespected, unappreciated, and unheard, she moves out of the home they share into their relationship. Despite his recent moves, Raheem isn't willing to let her go so easily. There's more, but I don't want to read anymore because I feel like that is the perfect synopsis to give you guys for this book. This book was good. I was literally eating this book up. This is my first book by Kimberly Brown. Now, I know I have one with like the word expiration date in the title on my Kindle, but I've never read it before. I think I just downloaded it. It probably was a free ebook and I just downloaded it because when I was like midway, I went to my Kindle just to see if I had anything else by her, because I was like, if this is good, I know she got to be a good author. Like, I just know. So this was very good. There was definitely character development here. I love Channing, which was the mailman character. He was a go-getter. He did not play. Of course, Rhythm had experienced some stuff with a previous relationship, and Shannon stepped in and he did what we want the men to do when they step it in, okay? He did what he said he was gonna do, and I really loved it. It was very entertaining. It was very messy. Her parents get involved. His mom gets involved. His grandmother gets involved. The banter he has with his grandmother and his mother is so sweet, but also funny. This was a very good book. If you guys are looking for like a contemporary romance, it's kind of out of your element, because this is more like on the urban side, I highly suggest you pick this one up. Like, this one was really good, and I believe it's on Kindle Unlimited. But look at the cover. Like, I posted both of these on a Monday for like a Monday blues post because, yeah, right? Yeah. And for some reason, I've really been into the color of blue lately. Like, literally, my whole outfit today is blue. Blue purse, blue dress. My nails is blue. My toes is blue. I'm finna put on some blue shoes. I'm finna put on these blue shades, blue tinted shades. Like, I don't know. Blue has just been my color this week. So, in addition to these blue titles, I also read Funny Story by Emily Henry. And of course, that is a blue title as well. So I really feel like this week was just all about the blues. So I wanted to get into Emily Henry because to me, she's like one of those authors that you hear about similar to Abby Jimenez. And I did not know where to start. And I know a long time ago, I was trying to start from the beginning of her catalog, but then when Libby had released the book, it was just something I was no longer interested in reading at the time. I was just like, you know what? No, I'm not feeling it right now. So I just, canceled the whole let whoever was in line waiting for it, let them read it, and I never circled the block. Well, as you guys know, she just came out with a new book called Great Big Beautiful Life, I think. And so in preparation for that, you guys know how we like to do. We like to go back and talk about the books that we read from that particular author, rank them, or if we've never read any of them by the author, people like to go and read some from her catalog before her new book came out. So I ran into a vlog where one of my mutuals here was reading Emily Henry books, and she read like Beach Read, she read Funny Story, she read Happy Place, and she kind of like ranked them before she read her brand new one. And the way she ranked them is the way that I decided I was going to pick the books up. Funny Story was her favorite, and it seems to be everybody's favorite. So that's the book I wanted to go ahead and start off with. Y'all, I really loved it. I loved it. And I think what I loved most about the book was because I listened to it via audio, because y'all know how I do. If it's a new author, new genre, I need to get through the book pretty quickly and not spend a whole bunch of time on somebody new. So I requested the audiobook. And what I've heard about Emily Henry is that she does not write in dual POV. Even though all of her books are about couples, it's always from the female's perspective. She's never writing dual POV. But what I liked about the audiobook was that the narrator was able to change her voice to talk like the male main character, which kind of triggers you to thinking dual POV, even though it's not. But I felt like for people who love a dual POV for their romance novels would really enjoy the audiobook for Funny Story, because the female narrator did mimic a male's voice, and I think she did pretty well. Like, sometimes it'll turn you off, but I think she did really, really good with that. And it made me like the story a lot. Like, I listened to it over 2 work days, and then I finished that one this morning as well, because I had like 2 hours left, and I think the audiobook was like 11 hours. So yeah, it was really good. That was another blue title I read this week. And now I am starting my book club's pick for the month, which is Junie. And I'm so excited about this one. This was one of the picks that I had chosen from Aardvark for that giveaway that I won from Aardvark. It was, this was the comment I posted when it was like, what book do you want to read? And I was like, Junie me. And Junie me, because I was super excited about this one. Everybody was raving about it and saying it was very, very good. So I was like, yes, run me Junie, because I want to get into Junie. So this is our May book club pick. You guys still have the chance to join a book club, or like I like to call it now, the big buddy read. You guys still have the opportunity to join me in reading this book. The link is in the Bible. The link is in the description box. Of course, it's on Fable. And if you don't know anything about Fable, it is an app where typically your book clubs host book clubs, or you could do buddy reads. I was introduced to Fable when I did a buddy read with one of my mutuals over on Bookstagram, and we did it on Fable, and I thought it was the perfect way to do a buddy read because it breaks it down by chapters, and every time you finish a chapter you can go in and type in your thoughts for that chapter, and you won't spoil it for someone else because they will not go into that chapter until they're finished reading the chapter. So it's broken down by chapters, which I love, because when you are doing a buddy read outside of something like that, or if you didn't really schedule how you wanted to do the buddy read, like, hey, we gonna break it up in 5 days, we're gonna read chapters 1 through 10, and then we're gonna discuss, you know, if you don't break it down like that, it's kind of hard to gauge where people are. And you know, life be lifing. Like, we will say, yeah, we could do a buddy read, or yeah, we could read with your book club, but then something will happen. So that's why I really, really love Fable. So if you want to join me, the link is in the description, and we are reading Junie. And I did announce all the books we're going to be reading for the remaining of the year over on my Bookstagram, and it's over in Fable as well. So if you don't follow me on Bookstagram, where I be in my stories chatting it up and talking, my link is in the description box for that as well. So yeah, that's where I am when it comes to what I'm reading and what I'm currently doing. I actually need to go to the library and pick up my library holds for the month of May. Now, I got very ambitious with my library holds, and this time I'm picking up 2 books, and the reason why I'm picking them both up is because they are a duology. So when I get to the library, I'm just running in to pick up my holds because, like I said, I'm hanging with my friends today, but I wanted to go and stop by the library to pick those books up. That way I will already have them. And I needed to literally schedule how I'm going to get my books read this month, because I have book club, that's priority, and then my TBR jar picks, of course, the teacher and the 7-year slip, those are priority as well. But then one of my book mutuals over on Bookstagram mentioned this book that she picked it up from the library, and I was like, oh my God, I've been wanting to read these books for a long time. They've been sitting in my Amazon wish list for a long time. Let me see if my library had them. I checked, and they had one of each. I went ahead and put both of them on hold, and I got the email that they are ready. So we are about to go pick those books up. Hey friends, so I am having an impromptu off day, and me and baby boy is at the park. Now I know when I first started this vlog, I said that this was going to be a weekend vlog, but I turned it into a weekly vlog because Sunday was chaotic and I didn't get a chance to record anything on Sunday. So I was just like, I'll make this a week vlog and not a weekend vlog. So at the beginning of the vlog, of course, I told you guys it was going to be weekend, but stuff changed. So yeah, that's that. So I got an impromptu off day, which is pretty cool because after the weekend, I definitely needed it. Me and baby boys at the park. We are having lunch. We stopped by Chick-fil-A and got us some lunch. It's Teacher Appreciation Week, so they had like a free sandwich reward. So I got me a Chick-fil-A sandwich, some fries, got baby boy some nuggets, and we are literally touching grass and just outside. We are literally doing a thing. So I brought my library books with me. No, you're not all done. You don't want this? It's yummy. I brought my library books with me so that I could show you guys what I did pick up from the library, because y'all seen that I did go to the library. So I'll show you guys that as soon as I'm finished eating, because it's a little wind out here. Me trying to prop up my camera and all of this is a bit much. So yeah, I'm gonna finish eating this food, and then before I let him go play, I'll show you guys what I'm currently reading. So we're back from the park. I had like zero opportunity to talk to y'all while we was at the park because it's just me and baby boy, so I didn't have any help. So let me unpack this bag. I'm still reading Junie with my book club. I am on chapter 9. I'm actually getting ready to read some here shortly, because I've been trying to read on my lunch breaks every day, and though I'm not at work today, I would typically be on lunch break around this time and reading so that I can communicate with my book club. So Junie, she's a funny character, and I like how they say they age in the book. So someone asked her how old she was, and she said 10 plus 6, and that's how they tell their ages. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's kind of awkward because that's not how we do our ages today, but I'm guessing that's how they did it. But of course, it's historical fiction, and it's really good. I like the writings. I mean, I like the author's writing style so far. She's funny. I'm taking these off because of the glare from the window. She's funny. The characters are funny. I love the writing style. I love the banter between Junie and her cousin. I think her cousin's name is Bess. And I like the banter between Junie and Violet as well. Violet is the white girl that she is a maid for, and they seem to be somewhat close. They're both readers, so I really love that. Violet has like a whole bunch of books. She got bookshelves in her room, and this isn't, I guess this wouldn't be a spoiler, but you know, back in the day, during those times, Black people were not allowed to read. Even if they knew how, they couldn't show their slave masters that they knew how to read. So Violet allows Junie to sneak and read in her room because they love some romance novels. They're romance girlies, and Junie really loves poetry. And so a couple of times they've referenced some books that they've read together. And I like that. I like the relationship that they have, even though it's kind of odd because, of course, Violet is considered Junie's slave master. But I like their relationship. So I'm just kind of interested to see what's going to happen in this book. Obviously, Violet is going to get set up to be married. Her parents is going to arrange for her to get married to someone. We really don't know who, but back in those days when the girl gets married and she moves off and starts her own family, she typically takes her slave / maid with her. So Junie is a bit afraid of that. She's afraid that if Violet gets married, then she's going to be taken off somewhere else, and she really just don't know where she's going to be. So this has been very good. Again, the characters are funny. We're having great conversation in the book club so far. I'm trying to take my time with the book because I usually just read the book, like eat the book up immediately and just get it over with so that I can read other things. But I've noticed that at the top of the month, a lot of us are doing that. And then some people who haven't gotten to the book yet, they come in like mid-month or the end of the month, and nobody is really chatting in the chat anymore because a lot of us have already read the book at the top of the month, and so we're not really engaged in conversation anymore. So I'm trying to read this at like a steady pace and kind of maybe sort of read to like mid-month. That way when more people start to come in and start to pick the book up and start to read it, I can be in active live conversation with them and be reading with them instead of knocking it out like that. So yeah, that's where I am with that. Like I said, I'm about to get ready to read a couple of chapters here in a moment. I do want to try to get a little nap in today because I didn't go to work. One thing I do be missing at work is a little nappy nap. So I'm probably going to read a couple of chapters and take a nap. But let me show you guys the books that I did get from the library because I never showed you guys. So I end up getting Pretty and Together. I'm so excited about these, y'all. So it's a duology. It's a YA duology by Keith F. Miller Jr. I'm gonna need to put my glasses back on. I think this one is first, and then this one is second. So these are on my TBR for the month. I do plan to read these sometime soon, like within the next week or so. So if you guys want me to do a reading vlog on these two, comment below and let me know, because I'm down to do a reading vlog if y'all are just interested in how I feel about these books so that you could possibly add them to your TBR. Let me know in the comments. So in this book, it says, on the verge of his senior year, Jay is a soft soul in a world of concrete. While his older brother is everything people expect a man to be, Jay simply blends into the background to everyone except when it comes to Leroy, or Leroy, however you want to pronounce it. As everything in their lives began to heat up, whispered rumors over the murder of a young journalist and long brewing territory, tensions hang like a dark cloud over Jay and Leroy's neighborhood. Put into the orbit of the Black Diamonds, whose work to protect the Black neighborhoods of Savannah began with his father and now falls to the older brother. Leroy knows that finding out who attacked his brother is not only the key to protecting everyone he loves, but also the only way he can ever be with Jay. And that's how much I'm going to give y'all. So of course this is they're gay. Like, long story short, right? So we already know what's probably really gonna be happening in these novels. I've been having these on my TBR / my Amazon wish list for a very long time. I just never really got around to purchasing them. And then, like I told you guys, I seen one of my Bookish besties post that she checked them out from the library. So I was like, let me see if my library have them. And I mean, these are gonna be quick reads. The text is pretty large. Like, I should be able to run through both of these in the same week, because I do want to read both of these back to back in the same week, because I usually read like 2 books a week. So I'm really planning to read these next week. So if y'all want me to do a reading vlog on these two, just let me know and I'll get that out for y'all. I am also reading a nonfiction book. I'm not going to talk about it much in like all of my vlogs, and I probably won't even incorporate it into my reading wrap up, but I was gifted this book by my uncle, and it's called The Power of Positive Thinking, and it's been really, really good. I've been reading this while doing cardio in the morning so far. I think I'm on day 3 of reading it. I'm in no rush. I'm just reading a chapter a day, highlighting, tabbing, using it as kind of like a guide to journal as well, because I also started journaling this week. Because I really just need to journal. Like, I I just need to journal. And for me, I think the hard thing for me when it comes to journaling, because I have so many notebooks, so much stationery, but I think the hard thing for me when it comes to journaling was, at first I thought I needed a journal that had prompts. And I do have a journal that has prompts, but it just has enough space to write in those prompts. It doesn't give you additional pages to do like a brain dump, right? So, while I like that journal and I highly recommend that journal, and I'm still going to incorporate that journal into my daily routine, I needed something to literally do a brain dump. So I can do a prompt if I find a prompt, or if I come up with a topic or something that I just need to write about, but then I also need to do a brain dump, and that's really what I needed. Just a notebook, or a notebook where I can do a brain dump, whether I'm going through something, whether it's good, whether I had a good day, just to literally write down all of my thoughts and my feelings. And so far, it's been so good. I think I'm on day 2, and I made my best friend my accountability partner for journaling, because that was one of my goals this year, to really get into journaling and just write out my thoughts. That way I can reference stuff later, see how far I've come, and just that. So I'm reading this in tandem with journaling, and I feel like it's very good, and it's giving me like prompt ideas to kind of write about. It's also Christian focused, and it has a lot of Bible verses in here, and at the end of each chapter, it gives you like maybe some writing prompts if you want to utilize those. So I think this is very good. And I told my uncle, thank you so much for buying this. And I told him the goal is to just read some of it daily, a couple of times a week, and finish it by year end. And then I let him know how I felt about this book. So far, very powerful, very good. I'm enjoying it. I'm probably not going to talk about this anymore in any other videos unless you guys ask me. So yeah, take a screenshot, because so far it's very good. So today is actually Tuesday in real time, and it is new release Tuesday, and I did get an Amazon package, which I'm so excited to actually be home during the week to have gotten my package as soon as it was delivered, and not me rushing home and just seeing a little idle package sitting at my front door or in my carport area. I am so excited about this. This book is just the cutest. And let me tell y'all, the YA authors are doing their thing this year, okay? Like last year, I don't remember a whole bunch of YA books just dropping, releasing. Every month we've been getting YA novels, and I've been eating them up. And of course, y'all know I am building a library so that my kids can eventually read the books, and that so my baby girl can read the books too. So today's new release, it just released today. I did do a pre-order for this one, and I know I talked to y'all about pre-orders and how I was just hesitant on doing pre-orders. And the reason why I did pre-orders this time is because I did have birthday gift cards, and they were burning a hole in my pocket. So I just went ahead and did some pre-orders on Amazon, and then for Independent Bookstore Day, I went ahead and just purchased some pre-orders as well. So in the upcoming months, you guys are going to be hearing me say I got a pre-order in, and it's literally because I was gifted money, bookish coins. So I went ahead and did some pre-orders. But anyway, I got Audrey and Bash Are Just Friends by Tia Williams, and this is just the cutest book. It is so freaking cute. I love it. If you guys don't know who Audrey is, that means you have not read 7 Days in June. She is the female main character's daughter. She is so spunky. She is like the cutest girl. She reminds me of my daughter. Yeah, I just think this is so cute. So I'm so excited to get into her story. And what was so funny is when I read 7 Days in June, I was just like, the girl need her own book. And I know a lot of people don't like kids and books, but she was beyond her years, like her age. She wasn't like grown, but she was mature. And she reminds me so much of my daughter. When I was just reading her in the book, I was like, she reminds me of baby girl so much. So yeah, I'm excited about this book. I am going to put this on my TBR cart. I've been adding books to my TBR cart that I know I want to read soon, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to read it this month, because I still got to read The Teacher. I got to still read The 7-Year Slip. Then I got 2 other YA novels that released before this one that's on my TBR card that I really want to get to. And then today Libby dropped off Blacktop Wasteland for you girls, so that I can go ahead and knock out the rest of S.A. Cosby's catalog before I get his new book in June. And I'm reading that book with my book club, so I'm not going to read it like immediately when it comes out. So I'm going to immersive read Blacktop Wasteland. I'm going to do both audio and physical, because I do have the physical. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, so that's all I got for right now. Like I said, I'm going to read a couple of chapters in Junie and then probably take me a nap, because I still got up at 3:30 this morning to do my workout and stuff, because I did prepare for work today. It's just last minute. Not last minute. By the time I was finished getting dressed, packing my lunch, and about to get baby boy up is when I got the notification that daycare was going to be closed today. So I've still been up like your typical work day. I had already met my 10K steps at 10 a.m. this morning. Where am I now? Right now, I'm at 13,509 steps for the day, and it's only 1:30. So yeah, let me knock out a few chapters so I can get in this Fable app and chat with the group, and I'll be back when I got something else to talk to y'all about. Good morning, you guys. I'm just now getting to work, but before I left the house, I went ahead and checked my mailbox, and I got some book mail from an author. An author reached out to me under one of my posts on Instagram. I think it was my book club post, because I had just announced all of the books that we're going to read this year, and she dropped a comment in my comments and was like, hey, I'm an author, I have this book, I would really love for your book club to read this book. And I sent her a DM, and I was like, you know, I've already picked out the books for the rest of the year for the book club, but I wouldn't mind reading the book myself if you don't mind allowing me just to read the book, because I've already picked all the books for book club. And this one here is a book that I've already seen around. If you follow Raina Swan over here on YouTube, or if you follow her, Kim Kendall Reads and D over on Bookstagram, they have a book club, and I know for sure they read this book maybe last month or the month before. And the author did an author talk with them, a book club meeting author talk. So when the author reached out to me, I was like, oh, heck yeah, because some trusted individuals already raved about this book and said it was a good, messy time. And I told her I would add it to my TBR for the month of June, since she was kind enough to reach out and offer to send it to me. Trying to get it open, child. It is Done in the Dark by, I think her name is Tamara Morgan. And like I said, I've seen those three raving about this book, seeing good reviews about it. So I'm actually excited to read it. And like I said, I'm going to try to read it next month for sure. Oh, she's from California. She's a Berkeley, California native. She went to UC Berkeley and Stanford Law School. So yeah, I heard this was like a family drama. And I'm like, heck yeah, because I need some family drama in my life. So I'm excited about this. I just want to come and show you guys. Like I said, trusted individuals have already told me that this book was very good. Well, not really told me personally, but I've seen them rave about the book. And it's people that I trust. So if you've seen this around and you've read it, let me know in the comments what your thoughts and opinions is about the book. If you have not, let me know if you guys want me to do a reading vlog on this one. I can do a reading vlog, or I can talk about it in a vlog, just to give you guys reading updates and stuff and let you know how I feel about the book. Because I don't do reading vlogs for every single book that I read, but I don't mind doing so. So yeah, if you read this book, let me know. If y'all want me to do some type of vlog talking about the book as I read it, let me know. I don't mind. Again, I plan to read it in June, no later than July. But I'm really planning to read this in June. Hey y'all, so today is Thursday, and I wanted to come and give you guys a reading update. So I did not read any of Junie on yesterday, because I already told you guys I'm trying to just read it like at a slow and steady pace. But I also did start a new book yesterday, and I am finally reading Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby, which I'm so super excited about, because I wanted to make sure I completed all of his current books before his new release comes out. And so I already told you guys I got the audiobook for it. So I've been listening to the audiobook and tabbing as I go. Y'all, I'm a tabber at this point, okay? Because I am quick to highlight, underline, and tab something. Okay, I'm quick to do it. I've officially graduated to writing in my books within reason, though, because I want it to be cute. I don't want it to be sloppy. So yeah, I've been tabbing, underlining, because yeah, okay. Now this is my first book that I've ever tabbed of S.A. Cosby's. I want to say I tabbed in Razor Blade Tears, but I don't remember. I know I did not tab, what is it called, The Darkest Prayer, My Darkest Prayer. I know I didn't tab that one. That was the first book I read by him. And then I know I didn't tab All the Sinners Bleed, unless I did via Kindle. I know for sure I didn't tab my physical copy, because I just read it from the Kindle, because I had started that one on vacation and just finished it at the airport, because I read that in literally 24 hours. So Blacktop Wasteland is about a guy named Beauregard. Think that's how we pronounce his name. AKA Bug, and he is a husband, a father, and a son, and a business owner. And he got some issues, some financial issues. He's finding himself in a financial bind, which is typical, right? Your typical living check to check. I'm trying to take care of these kids. I'm trying to take care of my business, and I'm taking care of my mom, and I'm taking care of my wife, and and the math ain't mathing, because now one of the kids need braces and the other one need glasses. Okay, and I'm behind on rent for this business, and I'm taking care of my mama too. And the math ain't mathing, because the money that I'm bringing in is a whole lot less than the money that I need to be putting out, and I need to figure out a way to get some more money. Now he's a mechanic. He gets down and dirty when it comes to racing. And if you guys are familiar with the racing, I don't know what you call it, like the racing clubs, like that part of people who race for money, right? If you guys are familiar with that, then you guys already know it's not legal unless they are a NASCAR driver. So he decides to go ahead and race somebody for some money, and the deal didn't work out in his favor. So now he's having to figure out another way to get some funds. Okay, and I really like this book, and I think the reason why I like it is because it is a father, a husband, and a son trying to do what he needs to do to make sure his family is taken care of. Okay, I love that. Okay, I do not condone illegal activity, but I always tell my husband, which my husband, he's I don't have to worry about my husband, but I told him, if it ever came down to it and you needed to do something like this, right, like this, if you needed to do something in this nature of things, and somehow, some way the police locks you up, baby, I'm coming to get you. Because you was taking care of the family. You was making sure the family was taken care of. Now, if you out here doing some dumb stuff on some selfishness level of shit, you gonna be sitting there. He probably won't. He ain't gonna be sitting there. But I'm gonna be pissed. But my thing is, if you are taking care of business, if you are trying to take care of family, and something happens to you, I'm coming to get you immediately. No questions asked. I don't care. I think there is a line that needs to be drawn in between doing illegal activity because you are selfish and you are just thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about the well-being of your family. You're not thinking about the riffraff you maybe bring it to your home or anything like that. And you and your spouse are already talking about how we don't like this. This ain't it. And you continue to do it, and then you get locked up, and now you calling your spouse to come bail you out. Nah, you sit there, sir. Because there was no reason why you needed to do all of that. You know what I mean? But if you are if this is something we agree to, and you know, I'm just like, listen, I know what the repercussions of this is, and I know how shit can play out. Baby, I'm coming to get you immediately because you're trying to make sure we are straight. And that's exactly what he's doing, y'all. I'm loving this book. Now, what I can say, because my thing is, I really wanted to read this book and read it before I read King of Ashes, because I am reading King of Ashes with my book club. And I wanted to read this before I read that. That way, once I read that, I can rank my books. I can rank S.A. Cosby's whole catalog. But my thing is this. How do you rank a catalog where you gave every book a 5-star? How do you do that? I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, because this is giving me a 5-star feeling off the strength of a man taking care of his family. Okay, just off the strength of that and the dialogue in here. And of course, we get our favorite narrator who always narrates S.A. Cosby books. And yeah, I was thinking about that this morning, because I'm like, I should be finished with this book today, and hopefully, if not by tomorrow, because tomorrow is Friday and I don't want to take it into the weekend. But I'm like, well, if this is giving you a 5-star feel, it's likely you're going to give it a 5-star. You've given all of S.A. Cosby other books a 5-star. How the hell you going to rank them? Do y'all have that issue? Like, have you guys rated an author that you guys love, all of their books, like a super high rating, and you can't rank their books? I can't rank his books because I love them all for different reasons, and I gave them all 5 stars. Now, like Tiffany D. Jackson, she's one of my favorite authors as well, and I've read all of her books up until the ones that she's dropping this year, and I was able to rate her books, you know, because I gave them all different ratings, and I was able to rank her books. But with S.A. Cosby, I don't think I'm going to be able to rank his books. There's not going to be like a favorite, because they're all different. All of his books are different, and I literally gave them all 5 stars. Hey, you guys. So last night I did finish Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby. I'm so super excited that I finally have completed his current catalog before King of Ashes come out. Do I need to give y'all a rating? Because y'all already know what it is. So yeah, it was very good, action packed, a lot of information and characters to kind of piece together. If you listen to it via audio, you really need to pay attention, because there is a lot of characters that helps put pieces together. And for me, when I was at work, I was listening to the audio. So sometimes, like, if somebody was to knock at my office door or needed me or called me or something, I would have to literally rewind and kind of go back, just so that I wouldn't miss like some important details. Because like, once you get to the last 30% of the book, you really need to be able to put 2 and 2 together. Like, you really need to remember what character was related to what situation, and why this character is doing this, and why we're doing this over here. Beauregard was a great father. I feel like he was a great father, and he did have his own trauma when it comes to his relationship with his dad. Even his relationship with his mom wasn't all peaches and cream either. So there was some trauma there that kind of impacted his way of being a father. And I feel like the decisions that he had to make as a father, I think, you know, he did what he had to do. He just did what he had to do. And unless you are a parent and going through any type of situation, like, you really just don't know how you will handle certain situations until you are actually put in that situation. And I felt like with him being put in this particular situation, he just handled it the best way that he felt like he knew how. And he just had to make decisions that he thought were best. He just had to make decisions that he thought were best. I absolutely love this book. this is a great book to read for people who just, first of all, like the speed racing, the car race clubs, the car clubs, racing, dirty racing for money. If that is your thing, then this is your thing. I specifically loved the interview questions that he answered at the end of the audiobook. So at the end of the audiobook, like, the book ends and then it goes directly into an interview he did with a lady or whatever, and he answered some questions about, you know, how he come up with characters names, characters backstories, how he come up with themes for his book. And it was very informative, and the conversation just sound very personable. I hope I will get an opportunity to go visit him on one of his book tours. I think he's actually going to be in Nashville, but I think it's midweek. And anytime an author goes on tour and does something midweek in Nashville, I'm just not going to go because I have work. And, you know, I have a house to run. I have kids that gotta go to school and daycare. I have work. And so it's just not something I can do. But I wish that I can actually see him in person. But with the little interview that we got at the end of this book, I felt like it was like you was sitting there on a book tour just visiting him on his newest release. So I love that. If you got into the end of this video, thank you so much. I know this video was kind of chaotic because it originally started as a weekend vlog, and then you know, life was lifing for me, so I just end up turning it into a weekly vlog, which is why I did not post a video midweek, because you guys know I usually post on Wednesdays, and I just couldn't. But I do appreciate everyone who was under my community post just interacting with me on your current reads. I really appreciate you guys. And the day that this video goes live, it is actually Mother's Day. So if you are a mom, I want to tell you happy Mother's Day. I hope your day is spent exactly how you want to, whether it's with your family and your kids and you just being active, or you are just getting a day to be to yourself and relaxing, or you are going to see your mom, your grandma, your mother figure in your life, whatever. To those who have lost their moms, I'm sending you big virtual hugs. I know that can be, this time of the year can be a hard time for you all too. And I am sending you virtual hugs. Again, if you got to the end of this video, post this emoji and tell me happy Mother's Day. Until next time, ta-ta.